Steve's journey into the supernatural begins innocently enough. In 1992, he and his family moved into what they thought was their dream house. But soon after, their dream took a frightening turn.
We went on a hunting trip for like 10 days up in the mountains with the whole family. And when we got back, that's when things really started to happen. We immediately noticed that the furniture was not in the same spot. We was hearing voices, shadowy figures that you're not really sure if you're seeing or not. The boys were really terrified because of the fact they didn't know who it was, and I didn't know who it was.
Determined to prove that these events were man-made, Steve installed high-tech security cameras around his property. But the images they captured were unlike anything he'd seen. Small orbs are videotaped floating through different parts of the house.
I don't have a clue, and still don't have a clue as to what it is.
Then, outside, Steve tapes larger orbs that are even harder to explain. Notice how they fly around the trees and even change direction. Steve believes that these orbs are not created by torches or any known camera trick. But the most amazing discovery is yet to come. One night, while Steve and his family are sleeping, a camera is left running. This is what it records: the most incredible orb ever caught on tape. Its astonishing size, brightness and detail seem to defy scientific explanation. Dr. Michael Coots consults with the police on occult activities. He visits Steve's home and agrees with him. It holds some disturbing mysteries.
When I'm out here at night, I feel almost as if I'm being watched, that there are other people, or energy, if you will, around me. It's a sensation of awareness and of power of energy.
After witnessing these eerie events, do Steve and his family ever think about leaving the Black Forest?
We decided long ago that we would not let anything chase us from here or run us from our house, whether it be man-made or otherwise.
So Steve continues to videotape the ghostly glows that surround his house, in the hope that one day he'll discover who or what might be visiting from the spirit world.
And when I looked over at the mirror, there was this fog, kind of like smoke. It was cold.
And the mist was above me on the steps. It was definitely female. I don't know how I can say that because it was a mist and not a human form.
I knew right then that I'd seen a ghost because there's no other way you can explain that.
Alton, in Illinois, may look like a typical Midwestern city.
Spirits of the light, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Spirits of the light, won't you come out tonight?
But it harbors a frightening secret. It's the site of what could be the most haunted house in North America. Welcome to the McPike Mansion. Built in 1869, the now abandoned house is shrouded in legends of violence and fear.
There was supposed to be a lady that was either drowned or murdered in the bathtub.
There's been folklore that somebody hung themselves there.
The woman that haunted it had been somebody that her husband had been killed in the Civil War.
Regardless of what is fact or fiction, residents and paranormal experts believe the house is haunted.
We think that there are at least 10 spirits here.
And they think the spirits have gathered in the basement. No sunlight penetrates these rooms, so the best way to film paranormal activity here is with an infrared camera.
Yeah, this is the wine cellar. This is where she gets the most activity.
Dr. Renee Horath and a group of fellow researchers descend into the basement with their video cameras rolling. What they experience, they'll never forget.
We were kind of chatting and just walking around, And suddenly we walked into a different room, and there was a very, very thick mist. It almost looked like a thick smoke.
Oh my God, I can see it moving right around in front of me.
Is this just a freak of nature, or the physical manifestation of a ghost?
Oh my God, okay. I'm recording. I am on record. Okay, oh boy, you can really see it now.
I could feel it, even through my clothing. I could feel it. Felt like feathers were brushing against my body.
Oh, big time, miss. Big time. Big time.
Renee and the other witnesses dismissed the theory that the mist is humidity or some other substance of this world.
Almost quit. Did you get it?
If it were mist, we figured it would leave condensation on our lenses of our cameras. You would feel it on your skin, on your clothes, but there was nothing like that. It felt electric.
Oh my gosh.
Even harder to explain is the way the mist moves around the basement, as if it has a will of its own.
Oh my God. Oh, and you know what? I can see it changing directions. Now, as witnesses on this room was clear when we left it. It was totally clear when we left it just a few minutes ago.
Then, as quickly as it materialized, the mist vanishes.
Still mist? A little bit. Not hardly at all, by comparison.
What exactly did Renee and the others encounter down in the basement of the McPike mansion?
I think the mist is definitely a very huge entity. It has a lot of strength.
Whatever it is, it's clear that the mystery of this haunted house is far from being solved. Tonight, we've witnessed shocking images that suggest a world beyond the one that we can see and touch. But it's a world that doesn't always welcome our prying eyes. Do spirits really walk among us? No one knows for sure. But who can ignore the videotaped evidence of what many claim are the world's scariest ghosts caught on tape?